Hi, I'm Jeanette, and I'm Joe's mom. Joe was always a really sweet child and very sensitive, and so as a baby, he was kind of fearful. He would not even want to be touched. You know, he would just sit on my lap and wouldn't let me touch him. It was very bleak when we first started, before we started getting services, so I feel so grateful that we had so much help early on, and that we could take advantage of it, that Joe would not be anywhere near where he is now if we hadn't have had Imagine helping us.
Hi, I'm Joe and I work at Safeway. I worked at Safeway for 11 years, a third of my life. And I remember my first day was a similar sunny afternoon in February and March, and I was bagging groceries and they're telling me what I need to get done and what I needed not to do, where everything was.
At his job at Safeway, Joe is pretty much doing everything that makes the store a pleasant shopping experience. He's what we don't see. So the bathrooms are clean, the carts are all put back, he's taking items and putting them back on the shelf. He is incredibly busy. He's always working. So he makes a huge difference in our community. Because he's such a responsible, hardworking individual, and for himself, he's fulfilled. He has a sense of accomplishment, and he takes his job very seriously.
My job is important to me. I get the spending money to go out and eat or do a little Christmas shopping, and I don't completely depend on my mom for food and stuff.
I think we all know how good it feels to help other people. And his job at Safeway gives Joe the ability to help other people. He's really doing something to, help people with their groceries, to help them in their daily life. When Joe was asked to be on the board of Imagine, a case manager thought Joe would be a really good addition to the board. And it was a 4-year commitment, but he did decide to do it, and I think it's been really good for him.
So we're going to start off by having Joe read our mission. Joe, read our mission.
The mission of Imagine is to create a offer of cognitive and support of people of all ages and cognitive, developmental, and physical health related needs, so they may live fulfilling lives of independence and equality in their homes and community.
Thanks, Joe.
Their communities. I think it's important to be on the board of directors because they need to know that what a client is going through. A client, it's not the same as a parent. A parent would think a counselor, psychologist is doing a really great job, but the client would say, hey, this provider or this agency is doing cruddy and is not doing the same job that parents might think.
Having a child with special needs can be challenging and it can be hard, but it made me grow up as a person. It made me into a better person to be what Joe needed me to be. Joe is great. He is such a great person and very valuable, and I really wouldn't change him for the world.
I'm Margie Shaw, and I'm Chris Miller's mom. Chris is a participant in Out and About and has been a participant for 5 to 6 years. Chris was born 3 months premature at 28 weeks. My gentle giant now was 2 pounds 13 ounces when he was born, was in the hospital for 3 months, and we almost lost him a couple times. After Chris was born, I had worked full-time and I had to quit working to take care of him. We didn't know what kind of disabilities he would have, but at the time his lungs were very premature and he had major health issues that did require my care. So I had been an at-home mom with him until he was 8 years old, at which time we had a major change in our lives, and because of the situation had to go back to work full-time. But not only did I go back to work full-time and take on the single mom role, Chris went from having a mom full-time at home to having to go into a daycare situation after school, and not just after school, but during the summers and any other time that we had things going on. But as he got older and his disabilities became more defined, I couldn't have him in a customary daycare situation or after-school program, and that's when Out and About became prevalent to me, not just, like I said, for after-school care, but also for summer camps and programs. And we've just started to grow our lives probably about 4 years ago around Out and About, and it's become our second family.
When I first started working with Chris, he had a difficult time transitioning from a base site to our activity. Sometimes it would take him a half an hour to 45 minutes to load up into the car, and he would be crying. Once he got there, he usually had a good time, but oftentimes it would take him about an hour to get there and get into the groove of things.
I didn't know anybody. My mom didn't know anybody. Out and About took care of me. And I did once a week, and then 5 days a week. And I was growing up. I love to be with Out and About because Out and About makes me happy.
Over the years, Chris has matured a lot, and he's able to take on a lot more responsibility than he used to be able to. Chris has been the self-proclaimed Mr. Out and About, and he's taken on a leadership role with the new kids. He really enjoys every day, and he's a great addition to our group.
I watched America's Got Talent, and some of the solos are good. So I made up my own solos. And then my goal in life to be someday to be on America's Got Talent and get a show in Las Vegas or something. And be on that stage. And meet Howie Mandel and Howard and of course Sharon. She's awesome.
In the beginning, Chris was shy, and because of some of the issues he had been through, didn't have a lot of friends, and not everybody understands our kids with disabilities, whether they're developmental or physical. And he came into Out and About, and it has just become these are his friends. This is his community, and as he's become a teenager, every teenager needs to have a group that they feel part of, and this is the group that he feels part of. But it's not just Chris who gets the support, it's me who gets the support too, and we get support as a family.